In today's video, we talk about 5 sexual closeted practices still judged. Number 1. Erotic asphyxiation. Breath control play or erotic asphyxiation is a risky practice very popular in the fetish world that involves suffocation for sexual arousal purposes or for control playing purposes. It can be autoerotic or played with partner, but it is risky as it can stop oxygen for too long or even damage the throat if too much pressure is applied. Some symptoms are euphoria, dizziness, lowered inhibition, all because of the accumulation of carbon dioxide being associated with the practice. Probably most famous, but also the father of the term sadistic, is Marquis de Sade. In his novel Justine, or The Misfortune of the Virtue, Justine is subjected to this by one of her captors, but she survives. When it comes to tools, roleplay involves ropes, chokeholds, or material destined for other purposes than sexual, being even more dangerous, or can be applied manually by chest or neck compressions, and usually combined with other fetishes like pain. In case of too much pressure in key points of neck, that produces more pain, not so much air restriction. 2. Foot fetish. On the less dangerous side of the fetishes, foot fetish is still seen as a quirk, but at least a little more accepted, and people are less afraid of coming out. Foot worship involves sexual attraction to shape, color, odor, jewelry, wear. High heels might be a sub-fetish, or hosiery being very popular, or sensory interaction, tickling, rubbing, touching genitals, etc. The foot fetish might be the most popular of the body parts fetishes, only that feet are generally not considered as a part used in sex. Such a fetish can be justified by a mismatch in the brain, as genitals and feet occupy adjacent areas in the somatosensory cortex, but is something discovered or even groomed from youth, or might even start from sexual trauma in young age. Good literature for the subject is Sigmund Freud's Delusion and Dream in Jensen's Gradiva, where he psychoanalyzes the novel Gradiva's protagonist, covering a general idea of cure by love. 3. Toilet fetishes. In the category of unhealthy fetishes, there are the toilet ones. Maybe one of the most popular on the internet, banned even from the adult live streams, but still practiced off camera. Most probably, golden showers and brown showers drinking videos are more popular than actual real life practice, as the ultimate pleasure is ingesting, and not many people wanna be the other half of the partnership. The fetish can involve pleasure to be on the giving or receiving end of the situation, on the body or in the mouth, which makes it open to contracting or starting diseases. There aren't many studies or literature sources about it, or at least is not yet a subject heavily studied, most probably because people do not open up about this to specialists, but porn sites are sure full of it. 4. Swingers. Swinging, or partner swapping, is a modern idea, a lifestyle of interchanging partners that starts from the idea we are animals, hence not monogamous. Various studies are trying to point out the process brings more happiness inside a couple, but I guess we are still in the process of moving from traditional faithful relationships to open relationships. As a subjective opinion, nowadays we are in an age of technology where we connect less with our partner on emotional level, confusing or replacing whatever is missing from a relationship with sex, as this is mostly promoted in the media and around us. If we feel the need to connect to someone else, how happy are we really in the current relationship? A lot of objections are raised, from moral issues to health and consent issues, reason for which people are still uncomfortable about the practice of it. This is also a process that differs from century to century, from one corner of the planet to another, but in Western societies surely judged. A good literature of swinging with disastrous end is the 158-pound marriage by John Irving. 5. Domination and submission. BDSM is a growing area of sexual pleasure, having pain and humiliation as main elements, and domination game is a way of expressing them. Domination and submission go together, as the couple is most often formed by a dominatrix and a slave, sometimes the other way around too, master and slave. Women are most often dominatrix as a certain sexuality, mental strength and control is needed, and men are the ones that want to feel the pain, humiliation, to give the control to someone else. Also, men are actually physically stronger and able to take whatever the partner has to throw at them. Domination can also not be physical, but only involve speaking, giving orders, making your partner do what you want, but pain in some people helps feeling aroused. The only way they could reach results. A switch is a person that takes either role, but the superior position is a dominatrix, dom, and inferior position is submissive. In these games, safe words are used for having a safe consensual activity you can get out of. One dominatrix can have multiple submissives, and the submissive may, but less possibly, have multiple dominatrix. Some gear can be used, like handcuffs, crop, ropes, collar, and activities like public erotic humiliation, cross-dressing, sexual domestic servitude, golden showers may be included. When it comes to literature, Leopold van Sacher-Masoch is the one giving the name to masochism, and his Venus in Furs depicts how Severine convinces Wanda to take him as her slave, to degrade him and make him her servant. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.